live. I think I have a... Oh, no, I don't have an echo. Okay. What's up, guys? It's your community manager, KL Smith, Arctic, and I'm joined by the Loadout dev team. We bring you guys, I believe, the 25th weekly developer live stream. Today's cast dev team.
It's a bit unusual.
We have Ben.
Hola.
He's cousin Jarbo in the chat, but that's Jared.
Hello.
He is the head of QA, our QA department. He's playing with us today. I think this is Jared. Is this your first time on the stream?
It is indeed, and my guys are ashamed that I am representing them. You can see my awesome ability.
No one's judging. It's cool.
We have Rich.
What up?
We have Sean Colleton. He's going to be in the chat. He's basically, he's in the TeamSpeak chat that we have going, and he's also in chat right now as Duran Vega. Yep. And he's going to be asking some of your questions over the air. What's up, Sean?
Hey guys, good to be here.
We have Vanilla Kendall. I'm kind of just rolling around right now in this. And we also have Walter.
Hey.
So I guess the elephant in the room is there's no douchebags today. It's a douchebag free stream.
No, don't say that.
We have no Ian and no Ty.
I know.
So
I don't know.
Are we going to actually talk about the game today then?
I don't. Yeah, we probably are going to talk a lot more about the game since those two aren't here. But before we do that, we have to make sure that we talk shit about them as much as possible.
That's true. Ian sucks. Just say it right now.
Yep.
That's true. He does.
He's probably watching right now because he's home sick.
Yeah.
Allegedly sick. Yeah.
So this week we had our community talk, the second one. We had Ian on this week, and it seemed like he was pretty well received. He tried to dispel some of his douchebag rumors. He did show off his Stingray boots and Stingray wallet
on the stream.
On the stream.
Wow.
So
did he let his
called
shirt
him,
show his abs?
He didn't do that, but I called him out for it, and he got mad at me. He said he didn't want to finish the stream after I called him out. But so we did that Monday. For anyone that missed that, we have that up on YouTube. And
also,
then,
we said stuff about the game.
Yeah, we actually talked a lot about the game in those. So the community talk, you really get the one-on-one with the devs. Next week, we're not in on Monday. Walter will be next, and we're actually going to do that on Tuesday. So I wanted to make sure I let you guys know that. So Walter, our head of weapon design and discussion,
I like that.
and
head.
the head of weapon design. When
like
things get Waltered, he is he is the guy that you want to talk to. But no, he'll be on next week. We'll have the thread for that up on the forums, so you guys can ask your questions, and we'll make sure we get those answered. Other than that, I mean, today we're pretty much going to talk about the game. I said Ty is out. He's in Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah.
Sending us pictures of lovely weather and pools and chicks and
his sister.
Typical things.
A little weird, but you know, we don't judge.
Yeah, I don't. Strange. You know, Ian kind of liked that picture too. So
yeah, he wouldn't stop about it the other day.
Yeah, he was more pictures of his sister. So maybe those two have a little thing for each other, and we don't know about it. I don't know. But yeah, today, if you guys are just joining us for the first time on our stream, this is Loadout, free-to-play third-person shooter, currently in development by the Austin-based studio, Edge of Reality.
What are we called again?
Who are we?
I was trying to focus on the game a little bit because I just killed someone.
It's also been in development and will continue to be in development by us.
Yes.
I mean, it kind of sound like
we're never going
just temporarily.
We're never going to let go of this. This is our baby.
Yeah.
But the game type we're playing right now is Death Snatch. It's very similar to Kill Confirm, so I'm killing people. I'm also running away a lot and just rolling. But when they drop a vial, I'm collecting the vial as I frag people with my weapon.
All right.
So today's agenda, hold on, I have to actually pull this up because I have a little agenda for Walter's going to be answering a lot of questions today, talking about the game.
That's so why we're nerfing everything.
Yep.
Oh, we took all the fun things and we took them away.
Walter, we've already discussed this. We're not going to actually refer to it as nerfing anymore. We're actually going to refer to it as Waltering and trademark that.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
But the interesting thing about that, Walter, is that you were talking about how that's what your legacy in Loadout is going to be.
I know, it's kind of a shame. I've already seen people tweeting in like, Ian, great game, that's awesome. Me, they're going to be like, thanks for Waltering everything, Walter. God, such a Walter.
So
I do what I do.
I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, at least, you know, gets my name out there, but man. I mean, Saddam Hussein's name is out there. Like,
don't necessarily know if
Was
that's a
that
good
what you're saying?
thing.
That you're the next Saddam Hussein? About on par.
yeah, exactly.
Walrus says trademark Walter. So he's in agreement right now that needs to happen. So with the next build, which is what we're going to be talking about, it's going to be v.30. I will go ahead and update the forums with some of the hotfix changes that we made. All of them are really minor bug fixes, but obviously whenever we issue out a build and you have to download something, people are always curious what goes into the build. They're kind of guessing, hey, what am I playing? What happened? What changed? I actually saw Blues thought that the shotgun changes went into effect on, I think, 29.3.
Shotgun changes.
Yeah, so some wishful thinking, I guess, on his part, but those changes won't actually go into effect until v.30 hits. So, Walter, you want to talk about some of the weapon balance changes that are going to go into effect with that?
Gosh, let me see if I even remember all the changes.
Hold on, I actually have them all up.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's been a little while, honestly.
So reduce the rate of fire on scatter barrels.
Yeah, it was a very minor reduction to how fast it can fire and how fast it reloads. Because it was a bit on the fast side, but not like egregiously so. So just to start to give like a little background on how we even decide this thing is too powerful or not powerful enough or whatever. Part of that's forums and the live streams and things like that. We listen to what you guys are kind of clamoring for, and so we're like, okay, well this seems like something that people are talking about. So let's kind of start looking, and then we have lots and lots of telemetry data of like, here's everyone's guns and here's what the stats are on them, and kind of look through those and see, oh, maybe there's something to this,
Maybe there is something to the baby rockets.
Yeah, it's not just people complaining, it's actual, like, man, this really is showing up as really quite powerful. So the shotgun barrels, all three of the scatter barrels were showing up that way. Then the trick becomes, well then, what do we think is causing that problem? And that's where it becomes sort of our own judgment and our own expertise, if if we want to call it that.
Yeah.
And then we sort of say, yeah, what can we do? I don't think anyone would claim that the game is in a horrible place right now and that like, oh my god, things are awful all across the board. There's a handful of small things, and even that, it's not like 100% of the time. You may remember like early builds where we had like oversights where there'd be like a clearly broken gun, like the Spooge rifle back in the day that Ty was so fond of. It completely dominated. Like, it was stupid. It was like a charge beam, and because of like an oversight in the tuning, like it ended up being like absurdly powerful. And so like we don't have those kind of things anymore, but we do have things like in certain contexts it gets powerful, or combined with other weapons or equipment it gets powerful. And those those will only kind of start to emerge with a lot of players, and frankly they're hard to pin down because it really is like conditional, and it's like you don't want to nerf 3/4 of its capability just to cover the 1/4 where it's kind of a problem. So anyway, all that preamble aside, shotguns, consistent feedback and kind of the accuracy model and stuff in the stats that kind of agreed. It's just that they were really easy to hit with. That it was pretty generous with the cone damage, and you could just kind of spam it around, and also given that we have game types that are all about go here and shoot dudes, it sort of exacerbated that. Blitz is all about that.
Forcing action in
everyone
one
gets
location.
clustered together, so you can hit multiple people with one hit.
Yeah. So it just ended up being, we kind of said, well, we like its role, and we think it's an important role still, but, we want to reward skill a little bit more than we were, so.
All right.
That's
Pretty much the I mean that's
about all there's to say about shotguns.
About the shotguns, yeah. So
just kind of a tuning in general. That's sort of how that's all fits together.
We are increasing. Oh, I didn't know I could get up there. That's the first time I've ever done that. Increasing the projectile speed for pulse shotguns.
Yeah. There was actually a like a penalty to it for pulse shotguns specifically, where it would. Sorry, I'm trying to play and talk at the same time. Where it would slow down the shotgun. I honestly don't remember why that was in there now. We put that in there like long ago, and it's just kind of been there. So pulse speed was actually slower when you used a spread barrel or a scatter barrel. That was kind of weird, and it made them harder to use than it should have been. So kind of got rid of that.
Okay. Slight tweaks to heavy and new tube rocket launcher barrels.
Yeah, that one was just, that's really minor. That was someone pointed out, I don't remember who now, that they were actually worse than since they began at Tier 2 and Tier 3.
They were worse than Cage?
They were slightly worse than the Tier 2 or Tier 3 Cage.
Okay.
I mean, a very little bit, but it was kind of a silly oversight, so kind of address that, so at least on par with those. That said, those probably do still need a more interesting effect than they have right now. Right now they're largely cosmetic. There's some small differences to recoil and stuff, but that tends not to even matter for rockets, so that's on my radar of things to make better, because there's really not much they do right now.
Oh, yes.
I keep trying to use grenades when I have my shield. I'm so used to it.
No, don't kill me. Don't kill me. Let me get the health back. Alright, so another big one I think that's been probably heavily discussed within the community is basically any kind of rifle, or sometimes in some cases pulse, Tesla weapon. And so there's a reduction to Tesla damage coming into next build. And you have that in the notes as well. So small reduction to Tesla damage.
Yeah, the Tesla one is very small. The bigger reduction is actually there were two. So the other kind of quote unquote OP gun that everyone likes to use right now is like a Tesla spam, high rate of fire. A lot of times with the light assault barrel, which was, turned out to be kind of a bit too high rate of fire. Inaccurate. It was not supposed to be a straight upgrade to the Gatling, and it kind of was turning into that. So slight reduction to rate of fire on that and to the spooling trigger, just to kind of tamp that down a little bit. It's still quite deadly, don't worry, and it's still very effective up close, which is sort of its role. So we sort of increased, emphasized more how much damage that barrel will do.
If I remember correctly, in terms of Tesla damage, initially when we had made a buff to Tesla damage because we had community members that were suggesting that it wasn't very useful.
Right.
And then it kind of, as the time progressed, because of the arcing, I think people started to realize the useful properties of Tesla, and then it was like, oh, we get it now.
Yeah, that was always the goal of Tesla, was that it shouldn't, it does more than Slug, so sort of as a compensating factor, it doesn't have as much damage to offer as Slug.
Right.
That was always sort of the goal, and I don't know, at some point, like you said, there was more desire, oh, why isn't this doing enough damage? We kind of pushed that up, and then it started becoming, well, why would I ever use not Tesla?
Right. There's an interesting one, beams cool about 10% faster, passive and venting.
Yeah, they cool down faster. That's end of story. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the reason I said it's interesting is because we've had a lot of people suggest that. First, we introduced the Beam magazine, sweet, space bucks. The Beam magazines to offer this. We have shell loading, bolt action, and Beams don't really have that. So
right.
I think over the course of the next a couple builds, we might see some significant buffs to the Beam.
Yeah, quite likely. The beam magazine is something that we're working on right now. To, like you say, offer more variety, because like the rifles and the pulses have those different kind of magazines, and they affect your capacity and how quickly you reload and stuff like that, and your damage. So you know, that's sort of an obvious thing to add for beams as well. It wouldn't be the same because it doesn't make sense to have a bolt action beam.
Right.
But they'll sort of their own category, but they'll have that same kind of role where it kind of allows you to further tweak your beam. Do you want to hike like one that lasts a long time? Do you want one that kind of burns out quick but does more damage? Things like that. Those will be the kind of trade-offs that you're going to get with a beam magazine. And I don't know that we're going to necessarily call them a magazine. We might call it beam coolant.
Coolant.
Something like that.
Okay. Let's see here. Reduce the turn rate for laser guidance scope, and gave it a slight damage reduction.
Yeah, so like I was saying with it,
Good grief.
I was gonna say Danny's not gonna be happy about that change. I know.
Wow. Boo.
So that's kind of like what I was just saying with the Tesla. Like kind of the deal with that was there was basically no disadvantage to having a laser guidance over at iron sights. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's what I get, right? Like it was basically only benefits and not really any drawbacks, and just kind of for that reason alone, it needed at least a minor penalty, and it's pretty minor.
Will long-time laser guidance users notice it, you think?
It's pretty minor change to turn rate, but it's probably going to be noticeable for people that have like really honed in on those skills. I know there's a few people I've seen the videos of and stuff that they can arc that sucker around to like anywhere, and it will probably throw off your muscle memory for a little bit. But I dove right into that, Kendall.
No. All right. This is talking more on scatter barrel. It says tweaked inner cone radius for scatter barrel, so it requires more accuracy to get full damage, which is kind of something you just talked about a second ago. But
yeah, that's basically the change to shotguns that I was telling you about. It's kind of depressing how long it took to go through and figure all the maths and stuff behind it, but the end result is that it basically just is narrower.
Yeah, dynamite
like
turret.
The Reader's Digest version. I feel like we need more shit talking on here.
No, this is informative.
this
this
is
is what the
Hey,
people want.
Keep talking about nerfing missiles.
I didn't say we're different missiles. Just, well, they got laser guided, sure. I feel like we're using up all our material for next week. I don't even know if we.
No way. Are you serious? People are going to be asking all types of weapon questions next week.
That's true. That's true.
There's going to be so many. You should have saw how many we avoided on of just Ian's questions. We're like, we're going to save those for Walter.
Yeah, I kind of glanced through that. I wasn't watching last week, but I did kind of see. I was like, that's for Walter. That's for Walter. I'm like, oh boy. That's kind of.
Yep. So I'm sure we'll get plenty more, considering we have billions of weapons and people want to talk about the weapons.
Yeah.
Let me see. Marginally decreased fire rate for spooling trigger, which I happen to be using right now on this weapon.
Yeah. I think this build was what's on Steam, so you won't see those changes. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a little bit slower. Again, just kind of at this point trying to narrow down on some like fine tuning, not trying to completely disrupt any like of the fundamental flow of the game.
By the way, I came on because I heard that you guys were low on douchebags today. So I figured, fuck, I better get in there and save the day.
Something to douche it up in
So
here.
that would be Danny, our
Where's
lead
Mike?
artist
join
on the
us.
project.
Challenge accepted.
So all of the douchiest of animations that insult your opponents to the ultimate degree, created by Danny.
We have a new one coming, by the way. It's
yeah?
actually not in the very next build, but it'll be in the build after, which is the flipping off animation from the shooting gallery.
From the shooting gallery? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
so you'll be able to flip off your guys and further humiliate them after you smash there.
How about the butt?
Did
How about the butt
you-
wag?
Did you happen to hear Ian's request, Danny, for a taunt?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so he yesterday on the stream, he wanted to have Make It Rain, where basically you after you kill someone, you throw out money, dollar bills at them or whatever, but the thing that makes it so insulting is that your actual space bucks that you're throwing out at them. So you're spending your space bucks to throw this taunt and make it rain on them.
I don't think a lot of people.
I don't think a whole lot of people would use that one.
I would use that because that would be the ultimate insult. Like
You use it because you wouldn't have to really pay money for it.
Well, that's true. I'd start from zero though. I'd make sure.
Are you basically insulting them by saying, "Here's some money, try and get better"?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Basically throwing your money
more
at
than
them.
I do, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like that would be the ultimate taunt in this game because, again, you're giving your people your hard-earned space bucks.
Oh man.
So that was Ian's request, by the way.
I don't know if it necessarily literally would have to use the thing, but it would still be a fun time. But.
Let's see, where are we at? Got some miscellaneous. We added buff. Oh my God! Thank you.
Oh, buff meters. Yeah. Hey, that's in there.
Thank you. Buff meters to bots and teammates. So for anyone that has, for you guys in chat that have played the game and used buff, you guys know that buff does not currently have a meter on it, like the health payload, healing payload. So there wasn't really a way for you to gauge if your teammate needed a buff. So we're gonna have a meter in the next build.
Oh, yep. Little yellow bar right below their health bar, basically.
We're also talking about buffing buff, right, Walter? Probably not the next build.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we've already buffed it quite a bit.
Is it at 10% now?
So it's 20% damage.
Oh, it's 20%. When did you buff it? When did you do that one?
Oh, like weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Was it? Oh yeah. Okay, so it was additional.
It's in the, so it's in the live build right now.
Yep.
And it's a reload bonus as well, and what we already had for the jump speed and the jump height and stuff like that.
Who am I killing?
No, so we don't yet have a buff meter on you. That's
I
a
guess
separate
Ian
task.
hasn't told you yet, but we talked about it yesterday, and he agreed that we should buff it up a little more.
Oh, okay.
I'm finding it's still a little discernible, but anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
You see, I think that is tweak the starting level requirements on game-specific contracts. So can you kind of give us some information on what change or what that will necessarily entail?
That won't really affect most of the people probably listening in here. I mean, unless you're a brand new player. This basically is just we have some contracts that you start with that you're like guaranteed to get at the beginning, and some of those, like sort of the way the contracts work is you get a random assignment past those first ones. So if you did beat those first ones before you got to level 5, you would wind up like having contracts to do things that were not in the new playlist. Kind of, this is a really minor edge case fix thing, but that's all that is.
Okay.
So you would get like capture the jackhammer, and you know people would like what's jackhammer? I don't even know what that is.
Right.
So this, or the collector was one that came up a lot too, because we have several about do things to the collector, and people didn't know what a collector was. So.
Sweet. Alright, so these are some other ones, some general stuff. That's pretty much all I have from Walter's stuff. There are some bug fixes that you have in there. So this build is going to include some improvements to the current team balancing. As most of you guys know, we still have some issues where teams can get stacked. We do not have our skill-based matchmaking in yet, so obviously this is like a band-aid until that happens. We had initially advertised this, but when the bots went live, you were able to still earn like full experience from that game. So the 75%, you will get a 75% reduction in the amount of experience that you earn from bots. XP.
75% reduction, or is it 75%?
I think it's only 25%.
Oh, it's 25% reduction?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I think I misunderstood
you do
that.
earn 75% of what you would normally earn.
So you earn 75%, so it's a 25% reduction.
Yeah.
Clarify. that, so I want to make sure I clarify that in the notes. And
the end game sequence made it in, right?
the end game
Should be in
sequence,
there.
yep, that's a little bit further down in my notes. I have these like
Oh,
kind of
okay,
unorganized right now.
sorry. Then I don't want to get you out of order. See, I'm trying
Those
to
are
pull
all
off that
fixes.
douchey stuff. I know I'm nowhere near the douche level of tying in,
No.
but I'm
Really
trying
can't
my
compare.
best.
We have allow beams to cool when holding the hammer or plutonium.
Oh.
So that's actually one I didn't notice. I think that might be Ike since it's in red, because he
Yeah, I
usually
think
sends
Ike
me his
fixed that.
notes in red. So that was a bug fix.
Yep.
So I think a small percentage of beam users will probably notice that. I did, at least on plutonium. I never really noticed it with the hammer because I typically have out a different loadout when I'm a hammer carrier. So I think this is a pretty big fix that you guys will probably be interested in. For anyone that's using the turrets, you guys know that if you place them on uneven surfaces, the aim is kind of thrown off. So Ike has a fix in that will allow the turrets to be placed on uneven surfaces and aim a lot better. So
Yep.
that's
There's
a pretty
also,
important fix.
There's also one that's one I mentioned on my radar for like the turret aim has come up a bunch, and it is kind of a little broken right now.
It's very weapon specific as of right now.
Yeah, it's very inconsistent, and like, so to kind of talk about what the intent is there, or what we would like it to work like. Kind of imagine, we don't want it to be like 100% aimbot. I don't think that's going to be any fun to play against. But but the slight lag that we have there, well, what was supposed to be slight lag is instead like always lag. Like it will never actually catch up to you.
Right.
So the way I kind of imagine it instead is more like it's like you kind of have a, I don't know, like a rubber band on you that it's aiming for. So like it'll tend to catch up with you and hit you if you go in a straight path. Otherwise it will sort of over aim a little bit. That's the goal anyway.
Okay.
So it kind of looks like it's trying to hone in on you. What that, how fast that is and stuff, that's stuff we can kind of tune to get right. But right now it just has to basically always miss aiming, which is, as
Right.
people have commented on, not super useful.
Right now my beam is doing a lot of work. Or my turret. It's assisting me very well right now. So I'll be going in. Let me see. Changes to the huddle. I think this is to circumvent people lining up the sniper shot before people had a chance to react. Possibly. I'm not sure. I have to get some
Yeah,
clarification on my.
That's the one where all the guys face into the center of the huddle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that yeah, it's basically so they don't get any cheap shots off at the beginning.
Right. So for anyone that knows, if you're a sniper user, you've probably done this at the huddle at the beginning. You can line up headshots, and so we're trying to alleviate that issue. Because it is a little like you headshot someone before they can even get off the ground and press a button. So that should be improved. Get in there. I didn't talk at all about this game type. We're on Blitz right now. It's kind of like King of the Hill. There's a point that activates, which we've been fighting over now for almost the whole game. This is really close, actually. And the more players that are in it from your team in the capture point, the faster it captures. So right now I'm trying to fight off Kendall and Jared from this hill. I'm setting down a turret. Do some work, turret. Oh, get down.
You only killed me because I suck.
You only killed me because you're better. I let it get to your head.
The bots in the shooting gallery now show names. So
Yeah.
this, I believe, if you guys are aware, for the Founders Pack, we talked about this for early access. And it's on the forums. For the people that are already in the beta, before we started early access, if you're really close to the bubble, like around $69, I believe is what Mark Now said, who's in the chat, you will have the opportunity to name a bot. And if you go into our practice mode, then that's where you'll get to see the bot. So I guess we're transferring that over to the shooting gallery as well.
That was very nice, Ben. I was dancing. I was trying to get it to capture faster. Man, I had a game yesterday. It was glorious. We had all 4 of us dancing on the point. It was hilarious. And we captured it. It was great. It was such an insult to the enemy team.
Yeah. I love that that's becoming something now that we put it out in the pro tips.
Yeah.
That wasn't very nice, Kendall.
It's just capturing faster, man. It's nothing personal.
You can now see when a stationary enemy is aiming.
Yes, that's a big one.
That is a very big one.
Now, it still won't do it when he's jumping and moving around a whole lot, but when he's standing still, you'll know the difference now between he's aiming at your head and about to blast it off versus he's AFK. Because that was very hard to tell before.
Right.
And it kind of sucked.
Let's see. I guess we had a bug so that we fixed for practice mode where players could switch teams. That's been fixed. It's a pretty important one. Yeah, see, this is where I got that thing confused, because it says, I have another note in here that says bot games have XP reduced to 75%. Just worded strangely. The in-game celebration is enabled, so we don't have it on this build, but I think 2 streams ago, if you guys are interested in seeing it, at the end of the game, there is sort of a celebration screen that pops up for the winning team, and all of them are standing in an area, and you can taunt and humiliate your opponents even more. So that will be making its way into v.30. The reason it's not in after we showed it, we had a couple issues, bugs that were in there that we didn't want to go out with it. So
yeah, some pretty nasty bugs.
We fixed those up, and now we're ready to showcase it again. So that'll be pretty cool. And I guess the last bit of major changes, I guess this is also a new feature. The new scoreboard will be in, and it says, I think, the new stats that are incorporated in that will be up as well.
Wait, Danny's giving away a joke? Come on, Danny.
A lot of people know about that.
It'll have the new stats.
That's the best part of the joke. You gotta roll with it.
Is that a secret? Was that big of a secret?
No,
Sorry.
Whatever.
Wait, 1%. It's a pro tip.
Oh. Yeah, about the dancing on the point.
No, yeah, that's a real thing. It's completely real.
Totally real.
So yeah, the new scoreboard is gonna be.
Telling him it's a joke because you can't notice 1%.
Fine.
It may actually be in there, but I defy you to notice it.
Point being, it's something you should do on the point.
Ian confirmed that it stacks, so you can get 4%.
It's a joke because it's 1%.
but yeah, you can get it stacks. So if all 4 are on there, Ian said that it can get 4%.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really, we just want to have people dance as much as possible when it comes down to it.
I think we should actually make it like 5%.
I need to change that, but I'm gonna. Yeah.
Oh, I always do that.
All right, so like I said, with Rich and I were saying that the new scoreboard is in, and no, Ben, why'd you shoot me?
Because you were mean.
I thought he was gonna let me go by. I was like, oh, really? But yeah, the new scoreboard, as you guys can see, this is I think the scoreboard might be the oldest piece of UI that we have still in the game by far. I mean, this scoreboard was around back when I was still in QA, so it's been a long time that I remember this scoreboard being in. So
and assists have never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys will enjoy the changes.
Apparently not still. I think that's being worked on.
I believe it was taken out of the new scoreboard. So.
Yeah. That is something I think we're going to put in really soon. Like an actual assist counter.
Yeah, and there will be some game type specific scoring events on there as well if what Ian told me is correct. So I don't know if that'll be on this build, but probably one of the future iterations. Go.
Nice smash, Uzinator. Wait, I got some heals for you. Wait, behind you. Oh, fuck.
Couldn't do it.
The cool thing about
Cousin
the new
Jarbo.
scoreboard, besides it looking a little prettier, is that
Ow.
it actually shows a lot more stats to specific to the game types.
Yeah, like camera
and
captures.
what's
stuff
telling
like
you
that.
what it contributes to your score.
Microphone activated.
It's less about, hey, it's just KD.
It's not just
that's
KD.
all this is
Yeah.
about.
Right.
It's actually not.
Despite
Guys,
what
that's the
everyone
most important
says,
stat.
yeah, it's the best one.
That's your measure as a
It
gamer.
is a good stat.
You know, Kendall, this is a question for you. They on the chat, they're wondering how do they get a deputy shirt, and how do you become a mod in the forums?
Okay. So our
That
deputy
was a
shirts
waste.
are given out to pretty much our moderators on the forums, and we're basically scaling our deputies as the game continues to grow. So we just went early access. I recently talked to and added 2 more deputies, Junglist and Walrus.
You know, you could make that.
Aw.
I couldn't, as it turns out.
But if you're interested in being a moderator, I will say that right now the system is based off of seniority. So if you've been around a while, you are an upstanding community member, then you have an opportunity to be a moderator or deputy and get the awesome deputy shirt. So those guys that have just been added, where'd you go?
Where
There
did
he
he
is.
go?
Those guys that have just been added, they aren't. Oh no! No, I didn't make that jump. Oh, for some reason I thought I had jump boots. Anyway, those guys have not gotten the deputy shirts yet. We're gonna update their account probably sometime this week. And I think I had on the deputy shirt last game, so
Yeah.
What was that?
That was winning. That's what that was.
For me.
hopefully that answers that question.
Are you not dead?
I don't know.
Be involved on the forums.
Let's just kill myself.
Offer up awesome
Cheating.
feedback, help out players, and that's how you get a deputy shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people who actually come into the forums, I don't think they realize how much we really watch to see what they have to say as far as what we're going to do in the game or
Turn it in,
kind of
Newsleader.
this feedback.
Your team has
you go.
captured the hammer.
Yes. We pride ourselves a lot in interacting with the community.
And apparently you guys like that, so we're going to keep doing it.
Yep. Get that out of here.
Albino, you have some like witchcraft going on.
I do. I'm using the mojo. I have laser guidance.
The enemy has stolen the
You're talking about that
Unlocked.
you can't hurt him?
Yeah, I can't hurt him.
Oh.
Well, that's just because, you know.
Your hammer
Cheating?
has returned.
I almost
Yeah,
died.
exactly. Using all the cheats.
That's true, though, what you guys are saying about our community. I know for a fact they've helped us nail down a number of different bugs that we haven't been able to get here in-house.
Yeah.
And, yeah, our community's invaluable. I love them.
Yeah, you beta testers are definitely earning your, like, you're legitimately testing, which is good.
They are the
That's excellent.
literally the lifeline of the game, because without them and you guys, some of this stuff just wouldn't get fixed, like Jarrett was saying.
Ow! Ow!
They truly help us make the game. I think it's a very give and take thing. It's awesome to have it. I always
Oh.
thought when we started making this game, I thought like how cool it's going to be to actually be having a game out there and be able to change it based
Yes.
on the kind of the community feedback and stuff, as opposed to just putting all your thoughts into a game and then shipping it and hoping people like it.
Oh yeah,
Right.
it's such a
So
different
it's-
experience.
It's really cool that there's a lot of back and forth between the community and what people find that they like and what they don't like, and we can kind of tune everything and just continually make the game better and better.
Yep. Yeah, that's traditionally our background is in consoles and things like that,
Your team
and it's a really different experience. Really nice, like you say, to be able to actually get that level of instant feedback and people actually really caring and really voicing a lot of opinions and stuff. And you don't hear that stuff. You stop working on a game for a console like months before it's out, and then like you just kind of wait. And so like 3 months later, you'll hear feedback on something that you don't even remember because you did it 6 months ago, and like much nicer to kind of get that, have it be part of a live environment.
Sorry, Rich and I weren't helping at all. We were dancing.
Dancing Queen.
There's also a question in the forums about the Founders Pack on a few of the things in there, like elite badges. They're wondering when we're gonna get those in.
Yeah, they seem to be asking me, but I don't have the answer.
I know that the display name, and well, that's something different. But the elite name tag, which is going to be an elite
Kendall,
badge,
take
I
it.
believe,
I don't even know.
is slightly. Oh, I gotta kill. Okay, yeah, it's not too long away. I'd say it's pretty close. I think we were waiting on the scoreboard changes. That's correct, Rich. Because
Yeah, so we
it
got
wasn't looking correct with the scoreboard and.
Yeah, I think we got those fixed. Really, the thing that came up is you wouldn't be able to turn them off once you got them. So they're kind of going hand in hand with the dev tags. So we're actually going to be able to tag all the devs as, hey, yes, I am a dev. So there are any problems with anyone posing to be devs, well, this will solve that problem. Also, you know, some people may
Like
not
Ty.
want the he poses to be a dev all the time here while he's here. We're just like, no tie. But yeah.
It's for real devs, sorry.
So we want people to have the ability to actually turn them off, and so that will go hand in hand. Once we've got that in there, then we'll get that feature out there. The thing that's actually also we're focused on right now is actually a huge feature, and that is localization. So that's a really big one that we're going to be putting out there, not for this build, but we're focused on it for the next build. So for everybody out there that, well, you know, it'd be great. I can't read half of what you guys have in the game, so we're going to localize all that and get that out to all the different languages.
Do we have a set number that we're going with from the beginning? That we're going to start with? Languages, yeah.
Languages? Oh, a bunch. Like, I've seen at least like 7 or something.
11? Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay.
I mean, there's like Turkish and other languages.
I know.
I just remember the Turkish one because I helped
Actually, Here, I'll tab out.
Wow, that is a serious husky penis in the chat there.
Turkish, Russian, Spanish, French.
Yeah.
Here, I have them
Portuguese.
right here. So here we go. Turkish, Swedish, Spanish, Russian, Romanian, Portuguese, Brazilian, Polish, Italian, German, French.
Oh, I whiffed.
There you go. That sounds pretty
no.
sweet. Run.
Come back,
Run.
Ben. Come back.
I will
Wait.
not.
You smashed me while I was telling people what languages we were supporting?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was somebody else.
Protect me.
Yeah, they had to do that, so they Waltered you.
Teleporting like
That's
a-
what happened.
Yes.
They had to
Oh,
Walter Rich by
that
having
makes
him
more
lose.
sense.
Yeah.
No. Now I know why I
No,
feel
Kendall.
bad.
No. No. That was
No.
just.
It wouldn't have worked. You or me
Oh,
again.
I know. I was trying to. I was like,
Now you
oh no,
saw
I need
it.
to cancel that. I was like,
We're tied.
oh my gosh.
Come on. I'm gonna
I
heal
have,
you.
to, I have to
Come on.
focus for a second, then I'm gonna get to some more stuff that's coming. Oh yeah.
Get out here.
What?
Oh yeah.
Get over here. Here.
Where?
I'm trying to heal you. Now I'm behind you.
Get
Catch
a
up.
long range weapon.
Okay. Oh, I was trying to lead you.
He's behind us.
Whoa.
Oh.
What?
You got the return, Rich?
What's
No.
that?
Right.
Returning the hammer.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That's not cool.
How'd you not
You're
die?
not supposed to be there.
The enemy has stolen the hammer.
Help.
I need help. I need help. No.
No.
Down.
Team's hammer has been returned.
Ah.
Hammer
Oh,
has
it's
been
so
Touche.
close. I have to get in the zone for like 4
Yeah, I
minutes
know.
and 20 seconds.
No more talking. We gotta win this.
All right, guys, I'm
Talk
super
more.
focused right now.
We're talking.
I'll talk
shit.
about
Oh,
what I'm
shit.
trying to do. I don't care if they hear me because they can't stop me.
Oh, Ben, stop headshotting me.
All right, so I'm going for the
I'm
flag.
sorry.
Don't need to turn on my disguise. Just gonna straight up go for it.
You have taken the hammer.
Well, you've been on D.
All right. Went the back way because I don't know who's respawning. They got the flag. He's getting smashed. I died.
No.
Return.
Are they gonna get the cap on that?
Yeah.
That.
No way.
The enemy has
So close.
Oh, that's close.
I had you.
All right.
Team has taken the hammer.
think we got the cover.
You stole the... Fuck you, Ben. Ruining my day. I'm really paying on my Cheerios this game.
You're making my day.
Your
Not
team
for me.
opposing team's hammer has been returned.
Alright. Kindle versus Kindle.
Oh, we gotta do this.
Oh, shotgun.
3 minutes.
Which one
hear
of you
those
is
are-
that? The oozing nut hole, whatever that is.
It's almost dead. Probably
No, I'm
wasting
not.
health.
No, I'm not.
My name.
Is that Rich?
No.
That's me.
The opposing team's hammer has been returned.
Oh, God.
What? What? Melee'd you.
Alright.
Oh.
Oh. You like you.
It'd be cool if there was a way to earn more strikes on the hammer.
Maybe.
Go down.
Did have
there.
that before.
I
And,
don't
Like
uh,
go back to the middle of the map for
Yeah.
a pickup or something.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like once you run out, you're pretty much just okay.
Yeah, it could be, well... Yeah, everything I think of is like, so easy to exploit. It's just, it's hard to...
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one.
The enemy has stolen your
Do we?
Well,
Hey,
'cause you
Walter,
remember-
how long does the hammer sit if you put it down to defend yourself?
not
Rich has our
sure.
hammer.
It used to be so short that you couldn't do it, and now I'm always afraid. I don't know if it's
Oh,
fixed.
Rich
But
has our hammer.
I'm always afraid to put it
fell.
down.
Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly.
We only have 2 minutes. Rich, stay alive.
I
Where's
don't know
the
if
Rich?
that's gonna happen.
Got our
Fucking
hammer.
hammer. It would quickly turn into just hammer farming like it used to do.
Got
Oh,
it.
what?
returned.
Take
Yeah, I
that.
can see that.
Got the baby rockets, baby. Go, Rich, go.
Ryan, I got no health. Running with
No,
health.
Rich, stop, ceasefire. Just stay right there for
There
a
we
sec.
go.
Aw.
There we
Yeah.
go. We're up 100.
Yeah!
Oh,
The enemy has
perfect.
stolen the hammer.
And a half.
Oh, wait, the hammer.
The hammer.
Just enough.
Okay, okay.
Wait,
okay.
Kendall. You guys like communicating, eating,
Are you cheating? by cheating?
teamwork? That's so OP.
Teamwork
dare
is
you.
OP. You better Walter that.
I need some help.
Oh, he's hammered me.
That's
I'm
bullshit.
gonna hammer you.
Oh.
Oh, I whiffed.
Oh, yeah, it's over now, baby. Might as well chalk it up.
Might as well dance before you turn it in. Wait. Oh, hey, look. Extra smash.
Ow.
Victory is yours.
Yeah.
Nice
take it
try,
easy.
gentlemen.
What?
Nice try.
But look at my KD.
Poor cousin Jarbo.
All right, so another major, I guess I'm going to group these all together. We are addressing the AI, some of the AI issues with the bots. Obviously, this is going to be iterative, meaning we're going to continue to work on bots to make them better for you guys. But there was a number of things that you guys pointed out to us. So now they don't suicide off the edge of the map. They're aimed to grades with distance. Their accuracy is worse if their target is die rolling or jumping. They don't shoot while die rolling, which used to be, we used to be able to do that. Players used to be able to do that. We changed that very early on.
Oh, yeah.
They now act as participants for most scoring / contract events.
Oh, good.
So if you need some points, some contract points, might be a good area to get those. Hint, hint. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Healers have better, not worse, aim at lower difficulties. And when they, when on fire, they dive roll more often. So those are some of the immediate changes going into the bots. Like I said, your guys' feedback and just letting us know what we can improve on with the bots will definitely help speed up how they interact and stuff with you guys in the practice mode.
Right, yeah, and I was going to say, just to hit on that, just so everyone's clear, that mode is for practice. It's that's the intent of that. So it's, it's to hook up with a couple friends, maybe just hang out, shoot up the bots, practice some of your moves, some of your new weapons, without having to go against other people necessarily.
Yeah, it's also just a warm-up kind of thing, or get your feet wet. People who are brand new at the game, And we know that it could be daunting to go into a game and have the collective wrath of the enemy or the internet be like, "What? You're a noob because you never played this game before, and I hate you, and you're the worst thing ever," and kind of bullshit. We trying to help alleviate that.
Yeah. Another thing is, I mean,
also
that's
don't be
not
that guy.
to say that down the road we don't want to support some kind of full-on PvE mode, but just to be clear, that's not what this one is. This is really just for practicing, just with the way Walter was talking about it. It's just kind of like, hey, I want to cool down, I don't want to fight against anybody, I just want to shoot around and just mess up some bots.
A little known fact about it too is you can go into the settings and change the difficulty of them. You uncheck the box for auto difficulty, and you can make them super hard or super easy.
Oh, good point. Yep.
The cool thing about that is if you're in there with like 3 other friends and everybody has different sliders, the bots act differently to each individual depending on how they're set. Which again just really kind of reinstates that it's really about practicing. But it's nice to be able to do that. So if you really want to practice and try out new weapons in a little bit of a better arena than the shooting gallery, it's really helpful for that as well.
Yep. Which is exactly what I was going to say. It's great for testing out if your weapons actually work on jumping, moving targets that are shooting back at you.
Does make a difference.
Yes. Sometimes the panic mode hits, like they did last game. They panicked and lost. Happens.
Yep. I know you can practice that. Oh, there's an hater.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh. I think that's pretty much it for all the changes that I have that are going into v3.0. Still don't have a date for it. I know I had some questions on the forums that people wanted to know the ETA, and I don't actually readily have that information available for me. So it's going to be coming soon. Those are all the changes that are going to be upcoming in that build for the most part. And should there be anything else that I'm overlooking, I'm sure it'll be added to the release notes. I guess one thing I should note is that the release notes, previously we had them on the forums. Now that we've gone early access, they will actually be on the site. So I know there's some people that, for whatever reason, they don't want to sign up for a forum account, or they don't post comments on stuff. They just prefer to read. And the forums are kind of locked down. I think they actually require you to have an account in order to post and sometimes view posts.
Yeah, I think
depending on
what
section. Yeah, the beta thread is in particular where those are posted. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that we're putting them out there. We want you guys to check them out. And
when you say up on the site, you mean the website?
The actual website. And we'll have. I don't know if we'll pull the full discourse on the Steam, so I might do like some of them, and then if everyone wants to see the rest, they can hop over on the website. So it'll actually be on loadout.com, not on the forums when we post release notes.
Speaking of loadout.com, another teaser is we're going to have a new and updated and gorgeous website coming out pretty soon.
Yes, absolutely. I have a meeting about that.
It's completely reformatted. It's a completely different look and feel to it, and it has a lot more information on it.
For example, build mounts.
Coming along very, very cool.
Yes. So I'm very, very excited for that because we'll get the we'll get the ooh.
Yeah, have that right on there.
I've been looking forward to the ooh myself.
But we'll have the beginning phases of some of the community-oriented programs. You guys will see those visibly on the new website. So I'm really excited about that personally.
Yep. Actually, believe it or not, I'm staring at the new website right now.
Yeah.
Shut up. Better be. Ah, you broke my face.
It's all I do.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. So if there's any questions in chat, Sean, you can pretty much take over while I attempt to bring us back, because we're in this very close game.
There's a whole bunch of stuff about musicians, Sweden, anything, and then BB King every once in a while, but no real questions yet. But if you have a question, put it up here and I'll ask it.
Maybe even answer it.
Or attempt to answer it.
Yeah. I might attempt to answer it if it's within my realm.
No. No.
The score is now tied.
Oh boy. No, I just grabbed that health pack. I didn't need it. Oh.
Hey Walter, are there any plans to nerf sniper body shots?
Maybe.
Never.
I mean, it's something that's come up a few times. I get kind of where people are saying that, you know, a bit too powerful on the, how much we call it, like the bolt action body shot.
Usually takes me like 2 or 3.
Yeah, if you hit the arm or the
it's really
leg,
hard to
it's
get
a
2
3
body
shot.
shots because the arms cover up so much of the torso.
Exactly. So that's part of why I just haven't really done anything on that yet. It sort of works out that way in the majority of cases anyway.
Not doing any damage to anyone.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that.
As designed.
Yeah,
Did we
exactly.
just overtake the lead? I think we did.
Yeah, you can tell when Arctic's team a little behind is that he starts to fall off the talking on the forums and explaining stuff. And
Yeah.
turns into, oh, wait, oh shit, now I got something to do.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, let me throw a wrench in your gameplay then. There's a couple questions here about a hammer taunt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that come up. I actually typed back on there. I like the idea. So yeah, I'm considering that. I was just been thinking about some ideas.
MC
as
Hammer.
that came up a couple minutes ago. Yeah, it seems to make sense to do the hammer,
Ow.
the MC hammer, use that for that.
Keep going.
Oh.
Maybe the Star Wars taunt from the sand people. They hold the big thing over the head, go.
That'd be pretty good. You know why they walk single file?
To hide their numbers, we all know that.
Yeah, you know. Could have given out a beta key for that. Or sorry, not a beta key, t-shirt.
Yeah.
No more beta keys, guys, sorry.
Why'd you tease him like that?
I know, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to be that guy.
Oh.
Walter must be secretly selling beta keys, something like that.
True, I own that website, Loadout Hacks. No. By the way, don't go there, it doesn't work. I'm pretty sure it's a scam.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of empty hammers coming up along the thing. I think that's probably the one we'll have to do.
Yeah. MC hammer. That's good.
Yeah, it keeps coming up.
Hammer. But I mean, it doesn't really carry a hammer, so it's a little weird.
Hammer
I know.
time.
Oh.
Hey, you
It's
can kinda
hammer
do that.
time, dude.
You know the
Let
hammer
him-
time where you're just kind of shuffling side to side?
As Letty's
Yeah.
saying there's
Holding one.
questions on Twitter, I can pull it up real quick. Got that beat down. Hold on, I have to hide though.
Hide.
Nose.
Great.
Horrible.
Or you can.
I don't know where to hide though.
Kill denied.
Danny, is the MC hammer the pumps and the bump?
I wasn't the guy who said anything about a key. Sir Phoenix.
That was-
As Phoenix.
It was Walter. Alright, let me check Twitter really quickly.
Why do you keep killing me? That's why I'm losing.
No.
Yeah.
Who's that trying to kill me?
Like a John Maddenism there. Thing
It's
about
not
football
fair. You
is,
guys have guns.
yeah. Just gotta shoot the other guy more than he shoots
Alright,
you.
now I have Twitter up. Let's see. Noam asks, will we be able to translate languages that won't be officially supported
What's that?
for localization?
What about it?
I think he's-
Will we be
Alright,
able
missed
to
the question.
translate to languages that won't be officially
Ow.
supported? Is that like the plan over time?
I'm not even sure what it means.
don't know.
I think he means will other languages just be included in the future?
Oh.
That's how I'm going to phrase that question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
the
by
ones that
definition,
we
if we're
have
officially
listed
supporting
yet?
it. then
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, it's possible we expand that list, particularly if there are territories we just haven't included. This is our first run at it, so these are the ones that have kind of stood out to us as more populated areas that have been playing our game, but certainly, yeah, they'll add to that list.
Oh, he says we the community. Okay, I see what he means. So I think you're asking, Noam, will you guys be able to, if you see an error, translate it so that
Yes.
we can fix it? Yes, we actually
yeah.
want that to happen. So if you guys see an error, that's something that doesn't translate properly, please, by all means, hit us up on the forums and let us know what we're doing wrong with the localization.
In fact, that might be something I want to add to the
you all
F7
just
report.
destroyed me.
Yeah, we're gonna, I mean, we'll have possibly even have an entire thread dedicated towards that in the near term, just so that when we first introduce the feature, if you guys want to just go in there and say, hey, you know, yeah, there's this problem, fix it, we'll
And
definitely look at that.
I can tell you there probably will be a couple weird things. Like, One of the things we were noticing when we were looking through some of the translations and retranslating them back on Google is stuff like slug sometimes got translated as like the creature, not
Snail.
a piece of metal. Yeah. So
Everybody's expecting to shoot
payload.
snails.
And we're like, okay, that's probably gonna need to change.
We need a assault weapon counter it.
Yeah.
So
assault rifle.
Assault rifle.
Oh.
I want to hammer through some of these Twitter questions real quick since I wasn't checking it. I remember we got this support email in, but I guess Grip Your Joystick, we have confirmed that he will be able to name a bot named Grip Your Joystick, so he tweeted us that he's really happy about that. Let me see. Beta Angel asks, are we able to have custom hit sounds?
You mean like the sound effect when you hit?
Yeah.
Like the ding.
Think? Yeah.
I don't know.
What would they want? Like, yay! What's that? It's a Halo that does that with the headshots?
Yeah, just like one game mode though.
Yeah.
Like confetti and
Confetti? Yeah. That sounds cool. I like the idea. I also like the idea of my turret having the Wally sound.
Yeah.
Someone suggested that. Well, they didn't say Wally, but they just said different sounds for the turret, buddy. And I would personally like mine to sound like Wally.
Wally.
Yep.
That'd be cute when it's killing everyone.
Let me see. Jacob asks, what do you think about this being competitive? Well, I'm going to give you the because we're running out of time. The short answer of that is we do have plans for the game being a competitive title. Ian, our lead designer, and I had a live stream on Monday where we talked all about the new game type that we will have rolling out, which is going to be focused heavily on competitive plays. At least that's what our attention is. So that's on our mind, and it's something that we want to happen. I actually think Mark said in his live stream a week before that his ideal scenario for Loadout is, going to some huge event and having, I don't know, a couple hundred teams play for a big prize pool. So we definitely have that vision. Craigums asks, he says the chat is going nuts, but how long will the badass pack be up? So I believe that the badass pack is actually in game as well. So I don't know if the prices will change or if we'll offer something else in the future, but is there any plans to take that down?
Well, eventually. But that's, as far as time frame on that,
we don't have
think that we have one right now in terms of like, hey, we're going to take it down in 4 days or anything like that. Let's put it this way, it won't be this week.
Okay. All right, so hopefully that answers that question. Craigums, let me see if there's one more on Twitter.
Why does Ian suck?
What about custom reticles? That is from K.O. Hemming? Kai Hemming? K. Hemming? Custom reticles? We've had that question quite a bit.
Yeah, that came up a while ago. I think it's still worth doing. It hasn't been high on our list or anything, but it's definitely a consideration. Like, probably totally doable, and it would really help. If people want to customize, say like, I want my shotgun to have a different reticle than my sniper rifle or whatever. Like, that's something that is probably supportable, and we could probably eventually give the means to do that.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it for today's show. We're going to have Friday is going to be Loadout with the community. That is actually in our schedule on the Twitch page. So if you guys are on the channel, you're watching, you see down underneath the video player, there's our schedule early access. If you guys want to know how you can play Loadout, we're actually in early access on Steam. We're still in closed beta, so you have a chance to have an impact on the game. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, all that stuff. And follow the stream. We'll catch you guys on Friday. And hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yep. Peace.
Later, guys.
Later, everybody.
Thanks.